All right, good morning and welcome to this Microsoft PowerPoint training. Um, from my screen, you can see when you try to open your PowerPoint, you will have these options presented to you. Do you want to start a blank presentation? Do you want to use any of these designs for your, PowerPoint presentation? And you can choose any of this and they will work very well for you. So, but we are not going to use any of this. We're just going to use a blank presentation for our work, and I will show you how you can customize your slides and do some nice things. And later we'll try using one of these designs and you will see how it works. So let's go on. So click on blank presentation. So you see Microsoft PowerPoint opens up this screen for you. You have a blank slide. It tells you to click to add title, click to add subtitles. So you can click on this, you can click on this, and you can type whatever it is that you have. So you notice that it's very similar to what you have in Microsoft Word, except that this time around we're going to be creating slides, okay, and not just Word documents, as it were. So you can use the format painter just like we have done. You can copy, you can paste. So you can do quite a lot of things with your Microsoft PowerPoint. You can create new slides, and then you have different types of slide options. You can have slide title and content, section headers. You can do two content, comparison, title only, content with caption, content with picture with caption, and so many other slide types that you can work with. You can also add sections if you want to add sections to your slide, and then you can do quite a lot of things. You can change the font type, okay, the bold, italics, underline. All right, you can add shadow, you can change your character spacing, you can do your change case, uppercase, sentence case, capitalize, okay, increase font size and decrease. You can change text color, you can align, you can add bullets, you can do numbering, you can do your line spacing. So you see everything we've done in our Microsoft Word course is repeated here. So if you have not done the Microsoft Word course, we think you should go request for access. You can register for that course, and then you will see all of this described. So let's just hit the ball rolling, and I will show you very briefly. So I'm going to title this maybe my first presentation. And I'm going to say my subtitle. I'll just write Parac Computers. My first presentation, Parac Computers. So this is your first slide. So you can add a new slide. All you need to do is right click. You can click on new slide, or you can duplicate this slide. So you can click on a new slide and it gives you a blank slide, okay? So you can see the slide design. You can click to add title. Let's say this is the introduction. Then you can click to add other parts of the body of the introduction. So maybe what is technology? You can click enter. Definitions. Click enter. You can see terms. So these are second slide. We can right click this. You can click a new slide, or you can duplicate this slide, or you can even delete the slide, okay? So you can click on duplicate slide, so it will repeat what you have here. All right, so I can just simply delete this and change it to say chapter 1, whatever it is you want to present. You can change the text and do some very nice things. You can right click, you can enter a new slide, or you can duplicate the slide. So I can enter a new slide and I can say description, okay, text types of technologies. Or if I don't want to do this, I can undo. You can see you can actually add a table, you can add a chart, you can insert a smart art, you can insert pictures. So you see, you can insert a chart, click OK, and it will bring the chart to the screen. So you can actually change, enter the values and all of those things, and the chart is really nice. Okay, so but if you don't want to do this, you can actually just copy and paste. If you have a picture somewhere that you have saved, you can copy and paste it here without really going to click on all of those shortcuts. So I can also go on to create another new slide, and I can go on, type maybe my conclusion. Then you type your text. So now after doing these presentations, I can come here to work on the text. I can click this, I can select this, change the font type and say no, I want this to be Times New Roman. Okay, do Times New Roman. I can change the size, let it be bold, because it said it's PowerPoint, so you don't want to have tiny things. You shouldn't make presentations like this. This will not be visible on the screen when you are doing your presentation. So you select, you want them to be bold, because they should be points. Okay, then you want to increase, make this bold. You also want to increase this. It doesn't have to be so bold, but at least let it be visible enough that anyone who sees what you're doing will be able to follow easily. So you do the same thing here. What you have done here, you also change the font type, the font size for all of these other slides that you have created. Okay, so I believe that you got that to this point. So this is the first step you do. You create slides. You can delete slides. So if I don't want this slide I have created, or this slide, I can simply right click and I click on delete. So if you did that mistakenly, you can go back, you do undo. You can also just press the delete key on your keyboard and the slide will go off. Okay, you can undo. Now if I want to duplicate this, like I showed you, you can actually right click and duplicate the slide. You can also just press Ctrl plus D and it will duplicate the slide. So you can also press Ctrl plus D to duplicate the slide. Okay, so Ctrl plus D, press Ctrl plus D to duplicate your slide. I think that's very straightforward. You press Ctrl plus D and you will create a duplicate slide. So Ctrl plus D, you notice that I have one here and I created another one here. Okay, so thank you. I'll see you in the next class.